magnificent giant redwood trees, once seen, leave a mark that stays with you. These giants tower majestically over the misty woods of Northern California. When we look at these giant redwoods, we think they're so strong and powerful, there's just nothing in the world that could hurt them. Today, the General Sherman tree in Sequoia National Park, 25 feet across at its base and 275 feet high, is the tallest tree in the world. As a middle-aged giant, now in its prime, it sprouted at about the same time the ancient Roman civilization started about 2,700 years ago. Other redwoods are ambassadors from yet another time, estimated to date back to the time of dinosaurs. If we were to take a closer look at these magnificent trees by slicing them open and examining their rings, we would realize that every tree has a story. Not every year was a great, strong year. There might be a ring that told the story of a drought that hit the land one year. Another ring may tell the story of tremendous growth. Another ring may tell the story of being hit by lightning or battling a serious disease. And yet another might tell the story of a fellow tree that fell to the ground one year right at their feet. If you slice it open, it has a story. We can't imagine it would have that kind of story when we're seeing it stand so tall and strong, but it does. When you look around Otterbein, you think, hey, there are a lot of giant redwoods around here. I see happy, high-achieving, successful, record-breaking kind of people who look so strong and tall on the outside. But friend, if you could slice us open and take a look at the inside of us, you would see an entirely different story. Every one of these Otterbein redwoods live in a world where life is unpredictable. Just a few of their stories that I've heard include an unforeseen diagnosis, a lost job, abusive parents, addiction, the abandonment of a spouse, a business partner betrayal, and even the tragic loss of a child. In unpredictable ways, life messes up our plans. We feel shaken to our roots, overwhelmed, wondering if we can go on. I met a dynamic Christian leader with a long and distinguished career who was one of those Otterbein redwoods that everyone oohed and awed over. But this giant story included an unwelcomed, tragic year in which he was diagnosed with Parkinson's disease. Over time, he exhibited those inevitable tremors, the rigidity, and the difficulty with body movements that characterize Parkinson's patients. As he described his process and how he was feeling about it, he offered me 3 crucial words. He held up 3 quivering fingers and he said, "Remember these 3 words, but the Lord." He explained, when he questioned things in his life or in the lives of those that he was serving, he would remember those 3 words, but the Lord. He explained the Lord always has the last word because he's trustworthy and good. But the Lord describes that turning point when he takes unforeseen coincidences and produces a wonderful outcome. An arborist who was taking down some dead trees on my property, he helped me to understand the reason behind some of the difficulty that we go through at some point in our lives. He said for trees to be healthy, they have to be pruned on a regular basis. He climbs up the trees, sometimes with a chainsaw, and he cuts off diseased branches. He also cuts off dead branches and even limbs growing in the wrong direction so that other branches can grow in healthy directions. When I heard him describe the process, it just made a lot of sense to me. Even healthy trees, the ones that bear fruit, need to be pruned so that they'll bear even more fruit. It's one of those but the Lord kind of experiences. It makes sense when I think about all the times in my life when I've had to cut things out of my life. But sometimes I'm not the one doing the pruning. Often God will take things away to guide me in a different direction. It's one of those but the Lord pivotal times in my life. When He does, I figure out later that it was to help me become the type of person that He had in mind for me to be. God doesn't enjoy seeing us go through pain, but He loves watching us grow. Sometimes we do the cutting, sometimes He does. In either case, it's a but the Lord crossroads pivotal moment. The painful parts of our stories are never wasted. The Lord's end objective is for us to grow into tall and strong people able to withstand the unpredictable elements in life. So what's unpredictable in your life right now? How are you responding to it?